For the second module of PathFit 2, we will be discussing the lessons 1 to 3 of the topic Exercise for Fitness. Let us first define physical exercise. Physical exercise is the performance of some activity in order to develop or maintain physical fitness and overall health. So sabi nga dun sa pinag-usapan natin on the previous video, physical fitness is something that can be achieved and not something na meron lahat ng tao. So ngayon, paano ba natin siya ma-achieve? So the answer is by doing physical exercise. Of course, hindi lang naman physical exercise alone yung way para ma-achieve yung physical fitness, but it is one of the ways in achieving it. So we have many functions in our everyday lives. There are many things that we need to do. And when we are physically fit, mas madali sa ating kumilos. So physical exercise is also directed towards honing athletic ability or skill. Like the HRF and SRF na pwedeng inborn sa'yo, meron ka, or pwedeng yung skill is something that you developed over time. Physical exercise is a good way because having to do frequent and regular exercise is important kasi it helps in many things, not just being a physically fit person. Nakakatulong din siya para ma-prevent yung mga diseases like heart diseases, cardiovascular disease, type 2 diabetes, and obesity. So what are examples of physical exercises? So i-discuss natin siya in the succeeding slides. Exercises are generally grouped into three types depending on the overall effect they have on our body. So meron tayong iba't ibang examples ng exercises. So isa po dito ang flexibility exercises. Flexibility exercises are something which involves stretching to improve the range of motion of our muscles and our joints. So these exercises helps us into extending kung ano yung current situation ng mga joints natin. We know that generally girls are more flexible than boys. So sometimes we need to put extra effort in order for us to improve our own flexibility. Second example is aerobic exercises. So ang example po ng mga aerobic exercises are walking, running, and other activities which increases our cardiovascular endurance. So alam naman natin na sobrang importante ng cardiovascular endurance lalo na kapag athlete tayo or we are doing activities that requires strength in terms of cardiovascular na katawan sa katawan natin or cardiovascular system. So it's really important to improve it as well. And last example, we have anaerobic exercises. So these exercises naman are exercises such as weight training, functional training, or sprinting, which increases short-term muscle strength. So unlike aerobic exercises, mas nagfo-focus ito sa strength and other skills na wala sa cardiovascular strength and endurance. So mahalaga po ito kasi as these three works together, nabibuild niya yung physical exercise na kailangan ng katawan natin. So physical exercise in a more deeper definition is considered important for maintaining physical fitness, including healthy weight, building and maintaining healthy bones, muscles, and joints, and promoting physiological well-being, reducing surgical risks, and strengthening the immune system. Sometimes we tend to think that ay hindi naman lahat ng tao ma-achieve yung fitness na pwedeng magkaroon yung isang tao kasi hindi naman lahat tayo malakas, hindi naman lahat tayo matibay ang baga and yung katawan natin. But on the contrary, as you can see in the definition of physical exercise, marami kasing way para makonsider natin that we engage into physical exercise. So as long as it is an activity that involves the following effects. So, considered na siya as physical exercise. Plus, it varies from a person's capacity lang. And sometimes, mas matagal lang yung duration into achieving the physical fitness. But still, as long as we are engaging into a physical exercise in a day or at least in a week, malaking bagay na po yun sa ating overall health. Di ba kaya nga po tayo nagkakaroon ng activities like the pedometer or the walking activity, and other activities like the physical fitness test. So what's in it for us in terms of um, involving ourselves with regular physical activity? So I will be sharing with you the following benefits. One, it reduces your risk of a heart attack. We know that heart attack is irreversible at wala po itong pinalalagpas, mapabata, mapamatanda. So, being able to be part of any activity in your day, physical activity, it's a good way to reduce your risk of a heart attack. Number two, manage your weight better. Wala pong pinakamagandang way of reducing your weight but through exercise. Though malaking factor din ng pagkain, well, having a good diet without exercising is still hindi kasi siya magbabalance. So we need to really move. Number three, have a lower blood cholesterol level. Alam naman po natin na ang cholesterol sa katawan natin is present talaga regardless kung tayo ba ay plus size, tayo ba ay petite, or may muscles. Even people with muscles ay may fats pa din. So, yung cholesterol sa katawan natin, it varies from person to person. So, number four, it lowers the risk of type 2 diabetes and even some cancers. Though wala namang direct at wala pa namang gamot sa cancer, at least it lowers the risk. No? Tapos yung diabetes, ganun din. Lalo't po ngayon, napabata ng pabata ang nagkaka-diabetes due to the foods and drinks that the people tend to drink, 'di ba? Sobrang dami na ngayon like coffee, milk tea, sodas and many more. So malaking bagay po na nakakatulong siya into lowering the risk. Five, have lower blood pressure. Kapartner yan ni blood cholesterol. So cholesterol usually comes from fats. Si pressure naman nagkakaroon din ng impact kapag mataas din ang cholesterol mo. Sometimes genetically naipapasa din kasi ito. Six, it can help you have strong bones, muscles, and joints and lower the risk of developing osteoporosis. Osteoporosis is sakit po yan sa buto. Common po siya with females. That's why sobrang importante po, girls, that you always exercise and you move or do activities that can help you build stronger bones, muscles, and joints. Since ang tungkol po sa mga buto ay degenerative na disease. Ibig sabihin ng degenerative comes with age. Dapat po we engage into at least stretching every day, every morning, para at least lang ma-improve natin yung ating mga bones, muscles, and joints. Kasi as we age, talagang ngayon, tulad ng sabi ko kanina, pabata ng pabata yung nagkakaroon ng ganitong problema. So dapat po we engage into activities that can help us into improving our state in terms of our bones. Number seven, it lowers your risk of falls. Yung mga natatapilok, bigla-bigla, nawawala ng balanse. Number eight, recover better from periods of hospitalization or bed rest. Since you're physically active, napakababa ng chance or at least napakabihira na magkakasakit tayo kasi as we exercise, as we engage in physical activity, tumataas din yung immune system ng katawan natin. And lastly, feel better. You will have more energy, a better mood, you will feel more relaxed, and you will sleep better. Sobrang totoo po nito kasi when you exercise, hindi lang physical yung tinatamaan. Lagi niyong tatandaan na mas malaki yung impact niya mentally. So, halimbawa, medyo unstable ang ating mood, or we feel ng sobrang heavy ng iniisip natin. Di ba sabi ko sa inyo, walking, by simply walking, sobrang laking alwan na sa ating isip. So, you will have more energy kasi nakakapag-burn ka ng more calories, mas maganda yung mood mo, mas magiging confident ka, at most importantly, mas mabilis kang makakatulog. Alright? So that is the first lesson. So, our learning check one is answering this question, which is, after your experiences in the physical fitness test, do you think you would consider trying to engage in physical exercise? Why or why not? Next lesson, we have the lesson two, which is the four different exercises that you can try in your own homes or try adding in your own routine. So the four most important types of exercises are the following. One, we have strengthening exercises. Number two, we have stretching exercises. Number three, we have balance exercises. And number four, aerobic exercises. So I will be showing to you different examples of each para mas maintindihan po natin sila. Starting off with the first one, aerobic exercise. So aerobic exercise are activities that boosts your heart rate and breathing and is important for many body functions. It gives your heart and lungs a workout and increases your endurance. Like what I said, sometimes simpleng pag-akyat lang ng hagdanan, pagtakbo sa oval, or at least parang naglakad ka lang from one point to another, grabe na yung hingal natin, yung pagod natin, feeling natin sobrang naninikip yung dibdib, it's because yung atin pong cardiovascular endurance ay mababa. And aerobic exercise is one of the best exercises to counter yung mga ganong experiences. Sabi nga nila, sabi ni Wilson, if you're too winded to walk up a flight of stairs, that's a good indicator that you need more aerobic exercise to help you condition your heart and lungs and get enough blood to your muscles to help them work efficiently. Kaya po tayo hinihingal, feeling natin nagba-blackout tayo kasi yung oxygen hindi siya nakaka-flow ng maayos sa katawan. So through aerobic exercises or at least performing 10 minutes ng continuously per day is a big help. Kaya kung mapapansin nyo, di ba, pinipilit kong i-engage yung sarili nyo even in walking activities or simply walking activities. Kasi by simply parang doing a habit of walking, it's a good way of battling yung nagkakaroon ka ng problema sa hingal. Paunti-unti. So, aerobic exercise is the best way of improving in terms of that. So, ano yung mga benefits niya? Una, it relaxes your blood vessel walls. Number two, it lower your blood pressure and blood sugar. Number three, nakaka-burn siya ng body fat. Four, it reduces inflammation. It boosts your moods. It rises good HDL cholesterol or yung mga high density na lipids sa katawan natin. And nilolower niya naman yung mga low density lipids or cholesterol sa ating katawan. So kapag mas mataas yung HDL natin, yun yung mga good fats na lumalaban sa LDL. So kailangan na-raise natin siya. Combined with weight loss, it can lower bad LDL para mas mabattle natin yung mga effects or long-term effects sa ating katawan. So ano yung mga posibleng effect ng um, mga risk ng lifestyle natin or not exercising. So ito po yung mga posibleng mangyari. So, it's a good way of fighting all of this. Pero kung hindi natin magagawa at mapapractice, so malaki yung chance natin sa mga heart diseases, sa stroke, diabetes, breast and colon cancer, depression, and falls. So it's important that you aim at least 150 minutes per week of moderate intensity activity like yung walking and other activities alike. So that is aerobic exercise. Number two, we have strength training. Strength training helps you feel more confident and capable of daily tasks. Strength training will also help you stand up from a chair, get up off the floor, and go upstairs, sabi ni Wilson. Sabi nga natin yung simpleng pagtayo nga minsan, di ba, kaya natatamaran ng katawan natin. Sometimes, tatayo lang tayo, hindi tayo makatayo kasi feeling natin we feel weak. So, strength training is a good combat for it. So, kung yung kanina, we are fighting cardio, so dito naman, yung mga muscles naman natin. So, this is parang mas level up na version ng aerobic exercise. Sometimes may mga taong preferred ang strength training than aerobic and vice versa. So, anong benefits? Strength training stimulates bone growth, kaya po minsan mas lumalaki po yung physique ng isang tao. Lowers blood sugar, assists with weight control, improves balance and posture, and reduces stress and pain in the lower back and joints. Lalo na po pag nagbubuhat kayo, malaking bagay po yan sa ating likod. Next, number 3, stretching. Stretching helps maintain flexibility and makes our muscles longer and more flexible, which increases your range of motion and reduces pain and the risk of injury. That's why, di ba kapag tayo po ay nagpe-prepare sa isang exercise, hindi po natin pinapawalaan ng stretching. So malaking bagay po yan. We often overlook that in youth, when our muscles are healthier, feeling natin, kaya naman natin gawin lahat. However, aging leads to loss of flexibility in the muscles and tendons. Muscles shorten and don't function properly. So, because of that, nai-increase yung risk for muscle cramp, pain, muscle damage, strains, joint pain, and falling. So, minsan mahirap na ding mag-bend ng ating mga tuhod para lang makapagtay ng shoelaces. So, at least we aim for a program na nakakapag-stretching tayo 3 or 4 times per week. So lagi po natin natandaan, mahalaga po yan. So there are 2 examples or types of stretching. First, we have dynamic stretching. Dynamic stretching consists of movements performed at a slower pace than most workouts. So usually, yung mga under ng dynamic stretching, dyan natin sinisimulan yung para makapag-expand or extend tayo into full range of motion ng ating mga parts ng katawan. So sabi nila sa isang research in 2012, dynamic stretching may be especially beneficial for persons who participate in sports that includes running and jumping. So kahit na parehong may effect si dynamics at si static stretching, may strength kasi sila pareho. So, tandaan lang po natin, pag dynamic, slower pace than most workouts. So, usually, nasa stationary lang yung mga dynamic stretches. And literal that you're just stretching your part of the body for full range of motion. While si static stretching naman, dito naman usually yung mga nakaupo tayo, we lie down, as we hold a single position for a period up to at least 45 seconds at usually may specific muscles po tayong hino-hold. So halimbawa, ine-extend mo yung arm mo behind your back, yan yung mga Samson stretch, pwede namang butterfly stretch, and other examples like shoulder, toe touch, cobra stretch, knee to chest, quadricep stretch, and calf stretch. So yung dynamic and static, magkaiba sila ng tina-target at saka ng approach. So kung yung isa kanina, ine-extend mo lang until at least a full range of motion sa dynamic. Sa static naman, hino-hold mo siya for certain time or duration. And last among the 4 exercises ay ang balance exercise. Balance exercise helps you become steadier on your feet and helps prevent falls. As we get older, when the systems that help us maintain balance like our vision, our inner ear, and our leg muscles and joints tend to break down, malaking bagay po kapag ang muscles po natin is talagang malakas, no? Talagang napapractice. Because with balance, we can prevent falls like nasabi nga po kanina sa slide. Ito yung mga ilang examples. You can do standing on one foot or walking heel to toe with your eyes open or closed. So it can improve joint flexibility. Kapag tayo po ay nasa mga uneven surfaces, it's a good practice with our balance as well. And of course, strengthening leg muscles with exercises such as squats and leg lifts na hatest ng mga tao lalo na pag leg day. But it really improves your balance. So malaking bagay po siya. Okay? So those are the 4 exercise example under physical exercise. So for our second learning check, Simply answer the question, which among the examples of exercises are you most exposed to and how so? And lastly, the most overlooked yet the most important, warm up and cool down exercises. So yung purpose ng benefits ng warm up, ng cool down, so dito po natin yan pag-uusapan and even examples of it. Warm up, through simple definition, it is to prepare for the exercises that you will be doing. So ginagamit po natin yung mga activities that are usually in slower pace at mas reduced yung intensity. So ang good news po natin, yung warm up, malaking bagay siya. It's an additional fuel to fire yung mismong katawan natin into doing activities. Lalo na po kapag mabigat po yung mga activities po na gagawin natin. So, malaking bagay po na dapat nag-warm up po tayo. Warm up, ang goal niya is to increase your body temperature, therefore warming up your muscles. Blood flow and flexibility will increase during a warm up. Kaya nga 'di ba, yung sinasabi nila na parang naiinitan yung katawan mo, yun po yung ginagawa ng warm up. Kaya nga po literal na warm up yung sinasabi niya. Kasi when you engage into an activity without warm up, hindi nakakondisyon yung sarili mong katawan. So, mas challenging at the same time, mas nahihirapan yung katawan natin into working into its full capacity. Advantages of warming up. Una, it decreases your chance of pulling a muscle. Kaya po minsan yung mga hindi nag-warm up, di ba, kinabukasan ang sakit ng certain part ng katawan, feeling daw nila may nahatak sa kanila. So yun po yung reason. Two, it decreases joint pain. Three, it decreases the chance of injury and it can reduce muscle soreness after exercises are complete. So, sometimes nagkakos siya ng mild sweating pero dapat hindi kayo mapapagod pag warm up pa lang. So, kapag yung warm up pa lang, pagod ka na, sabihin talagang hindi kondisyon ang katawan mo into doing exercises. Alright? So, let's proceed with the last one. Ang kanyang kakabal, ang cool down. So, nag-warm up ka, nag-stretching ka, gumawa ka ng activity, dapat po nag-cool down tayo. Ito yung ano kung na-overlook ang warm up, mas lalo ang cool down. Kasi people tend to think na, ay okay na yan kasi hindi naman na siguro magkakaroon ng effect yan sa katawan. But on the contrary, hindi po. Mas malaki pong yung bagay pag hindi kayo nag-cool down. So, this is known as the recovery period. So, imagine, para kang halimbawa, isa kang kaserola or kawali na isasalang sa stove. Warm up is kapag kabubuksan yung stove, so medyo iinit ng konti. Tapos, so kunwari may tubig na laman yung pot. So pag nag-boil na siya ng nag-boil, so exercise na yun, di ba? Ngayon, anong maging tendency pag pinatay mo tapos ininom mo agad yung tubig or inilagay mo agad on a certain surface? Di ba, masusunog siya. Ganon din sa cool down. Dapat, pinabababa natin yung init nung katawan na meron kayo because of the exercise. Kasi nga, yung cool down yung recovery. So kung kanina, winarm up kayo, dapat sa cool down, ibababa niya yung warmth na nararamdaman ng katawan natin. So it's usually consists of exercises at a slower pace and reduced intensity. Benefits of cooling down are as follows. It helps you lower your heart rate and breathe gradually. It helps you avoid fainting or dizziness. It helps remove lactic acid from your muscles and helps prepare your muscles for the next time that you exercise. Okay? So since mas na-overlook ang cool down, I have here some examples. So first, you can do ang walang kasawa-sawang neck roll. Clockwise, counterclockwise, pwede niyo po natin gawin yan. Wag lang sobrang ikot na ikot kasi may hilo kayo. Next, we have shoulder roll. So, ikot lang po ang shoulders, forward and backward. Behind the head, tricep stretch. Ginagawa po natin yan. Push it papunta sa baba, tapos you stretch either to your right or to your left. Lastly, we can do the ankle roll, lalo na pag tatakbo tayo. And the child's pose. So ito pong mga to ay some of the basics lang pero madami pa pong pwedeng idagdag. So you can look at the module, you can search for examples of stretching and warm up. So for the last learning check, please answer the question. Do you think that warm up and cool down are necessary given that it also take time in your physical exercise routine? Why or why not? So that is all for the second module, lessons 1 to 3, which is the exercise for fitness. I hope you learned something and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you.